for sticking around for the second one. Again, I didn't think they were really compatible. I wanted to make sure you guys are able to use it for everything. I wanted to briefly go into the investigation that is ongoing with me. And I want to clearly state that this is not a criminal or an FPPC violation investigation. The council put in place a code of ethics. If a council member violates the self-imposed higher standard code, then the council in an extreme situation can vote to censor, in essence, vote to disagree with the statements or actions of that council member. And as a body, they have to vote on this. Now, this investigation started about a month ago when there was a group of individuals, and one of them, who was Doug McAllister, stood up during public comments for 12 minutes and went on alleged wrongdoings, including giving out a business card at our local casino and rummaging through drawers at City Hall, shouted that I am the mayor. Now, this group, for the most part, has been discredited when it was leaked that this group's #1 reason that they listed for me to be removed was he's Mexican. So going off their own words, I believe, and to be fair, I won't say all, but only going off of their secured Facebook page, their motivations are racially motivated. Now, many of you know me. Many of you may disagree with the way I approach my job, and that's fair, that's politics. But none of you have ever heard me use the race card, ever. I don't believe that is a proper tool, and if you will, that a politician should use. But of all the allegations and all of the criticism, which one of the allegations was that I was sexually harassing and assaulting a woman? The #1 reason they quoted for me to be removed was he's Mexican. But despite this belief, and quite frankly, the low-level accusations, I would have pleaded guilty that I gave out a business card. Some of the allegations were troubling. So I requested of my colleagues, for the sake of transparency and to squash any doubt, to please investigate them. Now, I disagree on how this process has been implemented. And in my opinion, it has been used as a weapon. And as to how this process stands right now, it is continually a potential weapon to any council member during this council or future councils. And that is a problem that must be addressed. During this process, I don't know if any of you foreign reporters had opportunity to pull my emails. I've received numerous similar allegations that were raised against me on additional council members. I have forwarded some of them to the city clerk. While I would admit some of them are just as petty as what was levied against me, but some of them I have significant concerns about just because of the nature and what they're alleging. Over the past couple of years, we've had incident after incident. We are striving to grow our city and to bring new businesses We do not need these types of distractions. And it has to come to a foot. So, I will be going to the DA, turning over all the information that I have, cooperating fully. I will be calling a special meeting, similar to the one that was used, to address these allegations. And then moving forward, within a month's time, we must come with what I recommend, an ethics commission, where if the community has concerns, they can go through the ethics commission and they can vet many of the allegations, and if they're a crime, forward it to the DA, to our police chief. If they rise to our code of ethics violation, at that point, after they've seen evidence, move it up to the council, and where we can request an investigation similar to what's happening right now with me. I did request this when this first happened. It was turned down. I really disagreed with the judgment of that council that day. Whether you agree that there's some validity to the accusations, you would want at least one piece of evidence. Because anybody at any time can make an allegation, and you get that member gets a stigma of being investigated. And here we are today. I will conclude with this to surmise, if you will, both of these press conferences. Since for a fact, this never happened, I truly, truly believe that this is political games and posturing, without a question in my mind. To my knowledge, she was not a part of that group of the Facebook, so I would not say that her motivations are racially motivated. But I do believe the people who approached her, theirs were. I truly believe that. I believe that we really don't need a code of ethics or code of conduct with real teeth in it. Here I am in front of the, quite frankly, the world. The people decide. The people have a voice in this community. And if they're tired of this type of politics in the city, then you must take action. If you have to clean house, then you clean house. And I really enjoy serving the community. But if the citizens I serve have lost faith in me, then it's their right to call for a recall. The only thing I ask is hold every council member to the same standard. That's all I ask. And if we have to clean house and start over for the good of the city, so be it. And that's how I was going to conclude with the last statement, but I closed my script, so you have to forgive me. I'm going to conclude one more thing. I'm originally from the Bronx, New York City. I love the Yankees, I love the Giants, I love Broadway. I often say this. The Marine Corps brought me to California in this area. I was looking for a safe, loving community. I purchased a house in Murrieta. The only reason why, after my medically retirement from the Marine Corps, I chose to stay was because I found a place I love just a little bit more. All of this, all these shows, has nothing to do with the character of this great city. Nothing. I would hold that this is a political class gone crazy, gone overboard. But I want to emphasize that this great city truly is great. The small community, according to FBI stats, 9th overall safest based on size. We have the highest graduation rate of high school kids in the county. We have one of the lowest unemployment rates in the county. And we have a great PD that I love and respect. And I have received emails, I want to say, that have zero concerns that our PD will be mistreating kids of color, minorities. None whatsoever. I've never seen any evidence of that. I respect the concerns, but I always say the same thing. We have nothing to worry about that in our community. And the fact that we're so highly rated for crime, as far as being low, yes, it speaks to the PD, but it really speaks to the character of this community. We had a huge protest about immigration where I saw two groups that were extremely passionate. And although it was a tough situation, I was proud of the American process at display. There was no riots, there was no violence. Two groups were able to speak their minds. And that's what makes the city great, is what makes America great. Thank you so much again for coming out, and God bless.
Okay, you want to do the Spanish?
¿Puedes hacer español?
Dame 5 minutos, por favor.
No questions here?
Mayor, do you wonder why she didn't file a police report?